You know, one of the things that's great about having a YouTube channel is I get to see knives that I didn't even know existed from makers that I didn't know were alive. And that's one of the things for me that's actually really fun. So we have this Blourock blades. Not sure how you pronounce it, and I apologize that it's probably wrong. But they do have Facebook, they have Instagram, they have a website. I will put links down below. This is the BRB3 version 3.5. He is actually working on the Gen 4 version of this knife as we speak. More details to follow on that coming on their website. Dude's a CNC master. Like, yes, it's crazy. This was loaned in from Mike down in Australia. He bought it from Bert and Frankie, and they were gracious enough to send it to me to then send to Australia after I'm done. So it does have a flipper tab. It's kind of a top flipper. Like it's a little weird, and it doesn't work for me all the time. I wish there was a little jimping on it because it's nicely rounded, it's comfortable, but there's no grip and it just takes a little bit of oomph. So I would prefer a little jimping on it, but that's okay. That's just me. Look at this. CNC cut blade. Like CNC ground. Think back, Grimsmo Norseman. Think back, which I don't have anymore. I've sold mine. Think back to the early versions of the Skaha. He no longer CNCs the blades, which didn't make Alex, my co-host on the EDC Hour, very happy that he stopped doing that because he loved that part of it. It is a very cool and interesting. And when you have a Tonto type blade, it's even more cooler because you have the cuts going this way and then this way. Very cool. Very heavy stonewash on this LC200N blade. All titanium construction, titanium hardware. So this is a very corrosion resistant as well. This is serial number 146. There's also CNC milling all around the chamfered edge, which is super cool. Very nice titanium backspacer that almost looks like it's an integral. Not really, but it's very seamless. You can see the seams, but you cannot feel the seams. Milled out 3D pocket clip that works fantastic, even though it's very short. There is just enough spring to make it perfect. Now here, there is as you run your finger across here, you're kind of biting into the edges. I don't know that you could have done it better, but that is just a little bit of a spot for me that's kind of not as smooth as I think maybe it could have been done. There is steel lock bar insert, plenty of access to the lock. There's not much about this knife that I don't like from the aesthetics point of view. So let's talk about its function. I did mention the flipper tab could be better for me. I don't really love that aspect of it, but it works. If you are a Spidey flicker, a reverse flicker, a finger flicker, a reverse flick person, yeah, if I can do it, then anybody can do it. You can thumb it open also, but you're going to want to go out to the side, not up to the front. I got my pinky in the way on that one. But you can do it. It does work. It's not ideal. I don't love the opening method of this knife. When I get it in my hand, even though it is a relatively small knife, and we'll talk about the specs here in just a minute, it feels amazing. Like it literally feels like it was made for my hand. It's super comfortable and it just fits well. It's super locked in. I could do work with this for an extended period of time and not get uncomfortable. You could do the reverse grip if you're some Ninja Mall fighter, sure. But really, it's a very cool knife. So it's just a hair over 4¼ inches closed, and it is just a hair over 7¼ inches overall. 3.06 inch blade. The blade steel is LC200N, as I mentioned. Runs on bearings. The overall thickness is 0.471, so it rides really, really well in the pocket. And it weighs in at just 4 ounces. So it's very EDC friendly. I love the recurve in the blade. It's got a nice sound to it. It's just a slight recurve, but all in all, there's not much bad I can say about it. And it's coming from a great guy. Mike has been fantastic, and he really, he gifted me a couple of knives that I'm just really blown away by. And I'll show them here just really briefly. I think I'm going to do a different video and talk about it. I've reviewed both of these knives. This is a Papa Bear Knives, Essential Gen 2, I think. And I knew he was going to send me that one. He asked me if I wanted this one or the tan one. And I said I would like the blue one. And then when I got the box, he also included this copper necker that was modified by the maker. So is it really modified? I don't know. But yeah, so he included this one also as a gift. Yeah, I got no words. I'm blown away. They both come with nice leather sheaths. Yeah, Mike, I'm blown away. That's all I can say on that. So do a couple of size comparisons. I just want to throw that in there since this was a knife from Mike. The Sharpie, the Kubi KB237, the Spider Codelica, and I don't have a CNC knife. These used to be CNC cut blades, the North Arms Skaha. And just because I can, how about the VC Edge interface? Yeah. So there you go, guys. A very cool knife that I didn't know existed. I think it's awesome. I think Mike's really going to like it once it gets to him in Australia, which is going to take a little while because I'm going to take all of these knives that Mike owns and I'm going to send them over to Therapeutic Edge and Women Carry Knives so that they can experience them and talk about them in their own way. And I think that's the only other person they're going to go to. And then I'll probably pick them back up from Peter and put them in the mail down to Australia. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. And we'll see you tomorrow.